Well, hello and welcome to Star Citizen University, and in this episode we're going to have a look at the most basic of delivery missions, which is where we'd recommend any new pilot starts, because it's a good way to familiarise yourself with the basic systems of the game, and yeah, it makes you a wee bit of cash, not a lot, but it's a start, and it builds up your reputation slowly. So, first of all, use F1 to call up the Mobiglass into the contracts, and we're looking for delivery. Covalex evaluation. There's recently been a soft reset, so at the moment all of my reputations have been wiped out. So starting from the beginning, and this is basically saying pick up a box on Walla, which is one of Arcor's moons, and deliver it to Arcor. Right, fine. We'll do that. And to do this, we'll just use one of the more common starter ships, so we'll just use the Avenger Titan. Actually quite a good ship for the job. You can do it in most ships, to be fair. So, band 1. That's the thing about these elevators, by the way. Most people will know this, but not everybody will. If you hold down F and you mouse wheel, it'll change, let you scroll down and up. Sometimes, sometimes you can't find where you're supposed to be. People puzzle over that one. Okay. So out we go. I'll just jump in the front of the Titan because it's quicker. Obviously we'll be using the back door for the delivery itself. It's not the traditional Space Penguin livery, but what can you do? Right, R2 ready check, and that's us basically ready to go. Again, F2 for the star map, and we'll centre on our current location, and we are going to Wara. Et voila. So that's us got our course plotted. Because we don't need to open the hangar doors, we don't have to request permission to depart. B for the quantum drive, let that spool up. This isn't the standard stock quantum drive, it's an Atlas, so it's just a wee bit faster to spool and a wee bit faster to travel.
Thank you.
And I'll just cut until we get to Walla. Alright, so it's giving us a straightforward location to target here, other side of the moon, but that's fine, we'll just fly around it. Well, most of the time. Occasionally we'll try and fly through the moon. This time we're all good. Got to be a wee bit careful on some of the moons, and Walla is one of those. There's very low gravity, so if you go in too fast, and point down too much, you'll have a hell of a job stopping the ship. No resistance, so you just end up travelling at a hell of a rate, and it's quite difficult to arrest that sort of forward momentum, or downward momentum. But we've got a reasonably shallow angle here, so that's fine, no bother. Turn off the quantum drive. Make sure I've got to near enough max speed. These wee white dots that you can see popping up, those are mineral nodes, so if we were mining, those would be useful to us, but we'll cover that in another video. Stop breaking. That's fine, I can already see the landing pad here, so we don't need to refuel or repair, so we don't really need to use the landing pad, and the Titan's a small ship, so we can save ourselves a walk. I just put her down right next to our pickup, which looks to be in one of these buildings. Oh no. It's just suddenly changed its mind. one of these buildings over here. So we actually we're just using the pad. Close enough, eh? Gear down. Always a good idea to remember the landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
There we go. A bit of a bounce, but you know, we're down. If you can walk away, it's a good landing. If you thought there was going to be other players around, you want to be a wee bit careful about not leaving your doors open and stuff. But it's not something that concerns me on a station like this. You can see how little gravity there is when you jump. So, open the airlock. Cycle through, and here we are. And there's our package there, that blue box that we need to pick up and deliver. But before we do, we'll just have a little look around. Because sometimes, not always, but sometimes there will be lootable stuff. Just a wee bit extra perk of the job, really, you know. But there's nothing this time. We could go search the other buildings, but that's not what we're about. So we grabbed that and basically just going to repeat the process through the airlock and back to the ship. Nothing very complicated about this, as you can probably tell. As I say, you know, if you wanted to take the time, you could go into the different buildings and see if there's any guns or bits of armour or anything like that that you could loot. So we're going to hold F, move down until we can see this drop or place. Either would do, but you know, it just feels neater to place it, so we'll do that there. And then we'll close the door. You can fly about with the door open, but it doesn't feel right, you know. And then we are going to set a course back to Arccore. So F2 again for the star map. This button to center. Select course, set course. It's not going to let me do it because we're on the wrong side of Walla. So we need to find a way to get to the other side of the moon. We're on the dark side of the moon, I suppose. Well, not the dark side, the opposite side to the planet of Arccore anyway. Engines on, off the ground. Landing gear up. Right, I'll turn this on because we're just looking to find any kind of marker in space that we can find target. Some sort of... See this OM4, that's perfect. Orbital marker number 4. Won't let us do it until we've got a little bit more altitude, so we'll just turn the bottom thrusters on and boost for some easy height. And then jump up to OM4, so we're now got a bit of altitude. And we could jump to that Comrie, but it will shoot at us, so not ideal. Right, just bounce over to 1.5. I suspect that will give us what we need to set a course to Arccore. Although it hasn't, just because I'm making a video, so nothing's ever easy. Even though we can quite clearly see Arccore. Well, the nav map's still a work in progress. So anyway, we found Arccore and we're going to jump into it, so that's fine. And again, I'll cut back when we arrive. So, orbit and Arccore. Okay, we can't jump directly to where we're dropping off, so we'll jump to Area 18, which is the main city, and Arccore city. And obviously, the building where we need to drop it off is close to the spaceport in Area 18. we've got about 35 kilometres to fly, not too bad. Again, we will speed up. It's quite interesting, I've never really noticed that before. There's some sort of, looks like a kind of monument off to the left here, of some kind. Anyway, I like to start throttling back once I get to 10 kilometres because I really want to pancake into a building. Some people are a little bit less cautious than I am, though. So, it's going to be the roof of... Yeah, it's going to be the roof of this building. Landing gear down.
Landing gear deployed.
Spin the ship around. Alright.
Engines offline.
So we're down, and that didn't take long. Open the door, grab the parcel. And we're dropping it off in this machine here. So to use this, easy enough, you just walk up, you look at it, alright, okay, the right hand one says drop off. Right, now it's important that you place the parcel, you don't just try and drop it in here. And that's straightforward enough. And that should be that. Objective complete. Deliver package. Contract complete. So we'll now have earned a wee bit of reputation with Copelix. We earned 3,000 credits. Probably spent about 20 on fuel. So it's not a way to get rich, but it is a way to make a bit easy money. And as your reputation goes up, so does the rewards. Although for delivery missions, never to a massive amount. You're never going to get really rich doing them, but it's easy and it gets you used to the basic sort of mechanics of flight and stuff. Plus, you know, you can you can go for a wee fly around places that you probably wouldn't normally be. Autopilot override engaged. They've obviously decided we're not supposed to be flying about in the canyons of Arcor. Well, now we know what happens if you try and do that. I'm quite curious about this thing that looked like a memorial over here. Certainly it was visible from a long way away, so it's not a memorial, it's just a building. Anyway, though, that is your basic box delivery missions. You can pick those up from any any of the spaceports, or any of the stations orbiting the main planets. So yeah, it's a good way to start the game. It's easy. It teaches you how to navigate. It teaches you how to use how to fly, how to land, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, good place to start. And that's it for delivery missions. Thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe, etc. There will be a link below to the actual RSI organisation, Star Citizen University. Please, if you're interested, please join us and help turn it into the premier training ground for new players as the game develops. That's all. Thanks very much. Signing out.